I turned my head for 1 second. Hi, J-Dub. Hi, Lisa Jones. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Where the Wind Blows. Hi, Trouble. I'll be frank. I have gadgets. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for coming back, everybody. Hi, Lisa, a little bit. Hi, Breeze. Shorty Small, thank you for coming back. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Dodging Bullets. I saw your comment. It's good to see everybody. That was kind of fun to take a vote and run over to Scott H's and then come back over here. I'll be frank, it was like, okay, I didn't time it, but it was long enough for me to go to the ladies' room, take like 5 puffs off of a cigarette, freshen my lipstick, and get a soda, and turn on the ambient. So, smarty britches. Hi, Cherokee girl. Your arthritis is bothering you today, honey. Don't worry about modding, sweetheart, if you don't feel like it. Hi, PJ's Journey to Change. Hi, Shay. Beautiful lady. My cousin from Kentucky. Me and Shay's pretty sure that we're actually blood related back yonder somewhere. I've told you before, my great-grandpa walked here from Kentucky. And we think we're not really sure, 1860s is the first time hi, Fruit Loop Blue Tea. Hi, Cat's Eye. Hi, Andy Stoner. Is the first time that we have a record at the courthouse in Izard County, Arkansas, where Granddaddy walked to. It's the first record we were able to find of him as a property owner, paying taxes, etc., was 1864. So likely, hi, Tea with Grandma Sherry. I'll be frank, you are telling a story to Carrie Bishop. I am a behavior. Then I saw his face. Now I am a behavior. Whatever. Hi, Emma. Yeah, it's right, Shay. We're family regardless. Hi, Superior Dreams. Hi, Bama fan. Hi, Amy. Amy Danielle. As my mama used to say, I got my tongue tangled up around my eye teeth and I couldn't see what I was saying there for a second. Well, I'm really glad you guys hopped over here, because what I want to talk about is something we've never talked about over here before. I don't know if you guys are familiar with baby safe havens, infant safe havens, actually they're called. And I thought it was something that maybe, well, it kind of connects with a lot of the stuff we talk about. And hi, Elizabeth Lander. You're out running, spending tons on feral cats. Elizabeth, your life is much about kitty cats, isn't it, darling? Like mine is. Hi, Blue Eyes. So for several days, I've been doing some research on infant safety havens, and we have some here in Arkansas. So rather than looking at the big overall picture of baby safe havens, because, pardon me, the documents on the infant safe haven page, the official government page that talks about it, there are pages and pages and pages and pages. And it would take us and not that they're not important, but it would take us forever to get through them. So I funneled us down to Arkansas safe havens, because that's where I live. And I will try really hard to remember, hi, Justice for All. Y'all know I'm bad about forgetting to, after a live, to go and put a link in the description. I'm so sorry. But I will try to remember. Oh, I need my second screen back. To leave a link in the description below for the page about infant safe havens that is documents and documents long, just in case you'd like to go check them out. Or you can check them out right in your own state, like we're going to do with Arkansas. Hi, Maggie B. Hi, Z. Let me get my second screen back here. Turn all the notifications off, because you know when we go live, that's when I start getting spam risk calls. Go figure. Hi, Patriot Wife. Hi, Chief B. Y'all know I like to give it a few minutes. I know that there are some folks that like for a channel holder to get right into the program, and I understand. I totally do. And there are some channels I'm like, get into the program. But I really like to take a few moments and greet as many as I possibly can individually. Hi, Janet. I like for everybody to feel included. Okay, let's see. Maggie B, honey, it's almost all gone. I can still kind of, there's something, like if I go outside, I'm going to cover my ear up. But I honestly am feeling pretty good. And I hadn't seen you kids for a number of days, I think since before the Memorial weekend, because I had made that vow to myself, not vow like in solemn vow, but like almost like a self-control project. I was like, I'm not going to go live until after Memorial weekend. And then I got the earache, and it even extended me not going live. Hi, Justice Janie. Hi, Texas Gal. So, well, Chief B, that's very sweet of you. It makes me feel good. Hi, Cindy O'Terry. Look, there's no getting around it. It makes a person like me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside when you get a really nice crowd like this, and everybody's loving everybody, and everybody seems to be kind of glad to be here. Okay. And so I got a couple of things pulled up that I want to touch on. I want to focus on the Arkansas Safe Haven for Infants program. Then I want to talk a little bit about the virtue signaling thing. Excuse me. There's like right here. I don't know if it's the weather change or not. And if we have time and y'all decide to hang out long enough, I want to look at the phenomenon of, I don't know if phenomenon's the right word, but that's the word I'm going to use right now. The phenomenon or the psychology of name calling. And before we do address virtue signaling and name calling, I want to make it clear right up front. I have done both of these things more than once, enough to be ashamed of. So I really don't want to look at the virtue signaling one so much as to point fingers at others, because as the scriptures remind us, Jesus himself said, right, according to the writer, we shouldn't be pointing out a cinder in someone else's eye when we have a plank. There are different translations, but we shouldn't point out something little in someone else's eye when we have it in our own, and maybe even more than the one we're pointing at. So when it comes to the virtue signaling thing, I really want us to look at it and just reflect on ourselves. And when it comes to the name calling thing, I'm thinking of Jody Sue Brown. So I want to keep that high daily wonder. Um, uh, I want us to be as tactful as we can be and not be ugly in our chat. But we're going to talk about this name calling thing. Okay. Now, so I think I've said hi to everybody that I've seen so far. If I've missed you, I'm really sorry. And if you're new, hi, my name's Susan, and welcome to Lip Lock No More. As you can see, my motto, my slogan is mostly questions seeking answers. Because that's the way it is. That's I'm not nosy, I'm curious. There's a difference. Curious is healthy. Curious is having a piqued interest in something. Nosy is putting your nose in somebody else's business where it don't belong. So, all righty. Carrie, thank you. You always do the most beautiful displays, Carrie. I just thank you, honey, for welcoming our viewers. Now, y'all know I always get really nervous when I go to do the screen share thing. So here we go. There we go. Chief B, is Frank acting up? Frankie, if you're acting up, you better straighten up right now. Hi, Kathy. Listen, anybody, if you are new in our chat, I'll be Frank is a really awesome guy, okay? He likes to pick on me, and it's all in good fun. So please, now, y'all know I'm not going to be looking at chat, okay? So Carrie, Shorty Small, Cherokee Girl, Shay, any other wrenches in here, oh my goodness, keep those wrenches handy, because you know how I'll be Frank can get out of hand. Hi, Marla. Hi, Rosemary in Time. Oh, goodness. That's not my name. Hi. Hi, Nana for Life. Yeah. As a matter of fact, y'all, just now, before we go into this, let me tell you what just happened on my phone. This has been happening ever since I started in on Jody Sue Brown. Now, hi, Daisy Joe. Now, I don't open them because who knows? So I don't think I can really show it to you. But I get a text and it refers to my email. Let's see if I can do this without actually opening it. No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Look, I'm not going to risk this right now. Oh, okay. I can. Trigger warning for what you're about to see. I'm going to stop sharing for just a moment. Because like others, YouTube creators, channel holders that we've seen over the last few days, like Cracking Cases, Scott H., Squall Tit, CSI, Crystal's Crime Time. I'll leave some out, but I am on the list of whoever is sending stuff. Okay. I never ever received anything like this on my phone, and I've had this phone number for about a decade, I think. Okay. Never received anything about, and this is a trigger warning. I'm not going to open it. I'm going to just show you the notification, and this only happens when I do a video or live. Wait, sorry. If I can figure out how to do it without opening it. I'm sorry. Hang on just a minute. I'm not good with technology. Okay, let me see. Sexual trigger warning. Hang on. Y'all see it? I want to make sure y'all see what this says. Okay. It says subject. I'm Jay Delino something. It says, if you need a ride on your dick plus anal, click here. I never got anything at all like this on my phone until I went after Jody Sue Brown. Green Eyes, Raven, Moonstone, Jody Sue, AB, Tiffany. I don't know. Anyway, it makes me reluctant now to talk about baby safe havens. Yeah, Janica. Only, see, I don't get any threats like some of the others on YouTube have been getting, like literal physical, I'm going real life on you threats, like Scott H. and some others have had. I get this. Well, let me tell the people who are sending those something. As a matter of fact, let me tell all of you something. Let me get a sip first. Because I don't know if I want to tell you this or not, really. Okay, let me think how to say this and just leave it lay. And then does anybody in my audience know what a dominatrix is? Okay. Some of us get older and our interests change. But picture me, oh, I don't know, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, and make up your own mind. That's what I have to say to the people sending me those texts. They don't disturb me. Okay. So we will leave that where it lies. But y'all see what those of us who are trying to do some serious work on YouTube are contending with. It's serious. I've made it clear to anyone and everyone who has any interest whatsoever in going any kind of real life on me. I'm not a convicted felon, therefore I have legal firearms. I fully exercise my right to bear firearms, and I am fully locked and loaded with a Taurus 380 24/7. At this moment, it is within arm's reach. And I don't F around. I don't play reindeer games. And I am not interested in your advertisements. And all of the things that you have sent to me will be forwarded to ic3.gov. So all you're doing is digging your hole deeper and deeper and deeper. And when the hammer falls and Homeland Security and U.S. Marshals and ATF show up at your doorstep, they will have all the evidence they need to proceed. It's that simple, and it's your choice. Yeah, fed up. We don't, although I have an ample supply. Fed up. Ample supply. Hi, Patty Ponytail. Hi, Rainy Cat Hikes. And y'all, I'm very, very sorry to subject you to that. But, hi, Miss Butts, like the other creators that are letting their subs and their viewers know what we are contending with behind the scenes and how serious it's getting, it was time for me to come out and tell y'all what I'm dealing with on my end. Kids, these people aren't playing around. Okay? They want us to stop talking about Summer Moon Utah Wells. And they've gone from bullying and harassment in chat rooms. They've gone from bullying and harassment with creators aligning in order to do really mean, ugly things, to enlisting their subs, their viewers, and their moderators to doing that kind of thing. And y'all need to know this is going on because you're here right now. Somebody is taking screenshots of your chat. Don't ever think they're not. And don't ever think that a person's taking a screenshot for a good reason. You feel me? As Angel Talks Too Fast would say. Hi, Juju Drop. No, Miss Butts, the world isn't safe. My 3 sons regularly have reminded me over the years, especially the last 15 or so, Mama, this is not the world you grew up in. And now that I have the internet, which I've only had since February, I mean, I had data on my phone, but that only for the last 3 years. There was a couple of decades there that I was almost off the grid. Not off the grid like, I mean, I lived, you know, had a house in town, had a job. I don't mean like that. I mean, with no connection, not only to the internet, but we didn't watch television. We watched only Blu-ray and DVD for years. So it's been a bit of a trial by fire for an old lady to do what I have chosen to do. I have never actually felt threatened or scared, or as Jody Sue Brown would say, terrorized. One of her favorite words. So now, look, I don't know how to make a proper transition into my topic today after that. However, with the good Lord's blessings, we're going to segue into it anyway. It's important. I've been planning it for 5 days, and I'm going to talk about it. Okay. So let's go back to our screen share. And if that nasty thing happens again, I will just completely ignore it, and we're going to continue with our programming. Okay? Now, the page I have pulled up is from Human Services, arkansas.gov, Arkansas Safe Haven. And you guys may know a lot about this already. What I know we could put in a teacup. Let me turn the ambient music down a little bit. So I don't feel like I'm hollering at you. And you guys know that I lag really badly because my computer's like old. So I'm not going to play the video because it'll bog us down, it'll buffer and all that business. But my genetics blessed me with some pretty good reading skills and a fairly good education. So let's read a little bit about Arkansas Safe Haven. And see what we can learn. What is Safe Haven? The Arkansas Safe Haven law allows a parent to bring a child 30 days or younger to an employee at any hospital emergency room, law enforcement agency, fire department that is staffed 24 hours a day, or a designated newborn safety device, often called a baby box. Location, anonymously. Let me reread that because I just stumbled over my words. Or a designated newborn safety device, often called a baby box. Location, anonymously. And without facing prosecution for endangering or abandoning a child. Once a baby is given up, the Arkansas Department of Human Services will be called so that it can find the baby a permanent loving home. Where do I leave my newborn? You can take the baby to any hospital emergency room in Arkansas, any police or sheriff's department, an Arkansas State Police office, a fire department that is staffed 24 hours a day, or a designated newborn safety device, often called a baby box. Sidebar, and I didn't pull up that tab. I did pull up a tab that has a picture of a baby box. And if you haven't seen one, let me see if this link will take us to one. I always get so scared when I'm screen sharing that I'm going to touch the wrong thing. But it looks like a big night deposit box at the bank in a way. And the one I looked at had a notice on it that said something like, don't open the door unless, you're ready. But it's like, you open the door and put the baby inside, and close the door. Okay, let's go on with reading. The baby must be left with an employee, not at the door, unless there is a designated newborn safety device. That's very important. If there is not a baby box, if there is not a newborn safety device, one should not leave the baby, like in an old movie where baby's wrapped up in a blanket in a basket at the doorstep and they knock on the door and run, because one cannot know what could happen in the interim. So it's very important that the baby be handed over to someone at one of these facilities. Now let's go on with how does it work. How does it work? Y'all, I'm sorry for the timbre in my voice. It makes me sad. It makes me very, very sad to think of a baby 30 days or younger, any baby, any child not being wanted. Or, and we need to remember this, it isn't always that the baby is not wanted. It can be that the parent knows that they do not have what they need to properly provide for the baby. And that they make this decision based on what is best for the baby, not because they don't love or don't want the baby. But anyone who makes this decision, not only would my heart go out to them, but I would commend them for the strength that it would take to do so. To think of the baby before they think of themselves. So, how does it work? A parent who does not want an infant or who is unable to care for an infant can give up custody of a baby 30 days or younger, legally and anonymously, to an employee at any hospital emergency room, law enforcement agency, or fire department that is staffed 24 hours a day. Sidebar, I realize some of this information is redundant, it's important and it's contained in the document, so I go ahead and read it. Babies also can be placed in a newborn safety device when a baby is dropped off. No information is required. Here, you can find out what your hospital or agency needs to know. Okay? So if someone you know, finds themselves in a situation where this becomes a necessary, if undesirable, step in their life, please know that you don't have to say a word. They're not going to ask you a bunch of questions, okay? Now let's go over the frequently asked questions, and then I want to get back to your chat. Okay, what is safe haven? Answer. Safe haven is a law designed to protect babies. In Arkansas, under this law, a parent may give up an infant anonymously as long as the baby has not been abused or neglected. The parent may relinquish the child without fear of arrest or prosecution. So here we see that if the baby has been abused or neglected, then it takes a little bit different turn. Question: why did Arkansas do this? Answer: the purpose of safe haven is to protect babies from being hurt. Trigger warning. I know some of this is hard, darlings. Knowledge is power. The purpose of safe haven is to protect babies from being hurt or killed, from unsafe abandonment. Abandoning a baby puts the infant in extreme danger that can result in the baby's death. It is also illegal with severe consequences. But with safe haven, a baby can be safely given up at a hospital emergency room, law enforcement agency, fire department that is manned 24 hours a day, or in a designated newborn safety device, often called a baby box. Question: how does it work? Answer: a parent who does not want an infant or who is unable to care for an infant can give up custody of a baby 30 days old or younger legally and anonymously. All that is required is that the baby be brought to the aforementioned agencies. Okay? Hospital emergency room, police station, sheriff's department, fire department that is manned 24 hours a day, and an infant safe haven baby box. Okay. In Arkansas, at the time of this, I was looking for a date here. I'm not seeing a date, but there are 8 locations. And I would like to believe, and surely so, that in your state, you should be able to Google this for your state, and they will tell you where your locations are. I'm not going to go through them all, but you can see them here, hopefully highlighted on your screen. Benton, Conway, Fort Smith, Jonesboro, Maumelle, Rogers. There are 2 in Rogers and 1 in Springdale. Okay. Now, this may be different in other states, but the question is, who can drop off the baby? Answer: in Arkansas, only a parent can bring the baby to the appropriate drop-off facility. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. Because if I were to find a baby on my doorstep or anywhere, and there's obvious, what am I trying to say? There's nobody around. It's obvious the baby's abandoned. I'm not going to walk off and leave that baby. I'm going to pick it up and take it to the hospital emergency room here in my town. Even if I were to get charged for that, I would still take the baby to get help. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to mull that over. Question: does he or she have to call before bringing in the baby? No, you can walk in anytime. Okay. Question: does a parent have to give any information to the people taking the baby? Answer: no. Nothing is required. However, hospital personnel, law enforcement officers, or firefighters should record any information that a parent is willing to share, such as the child's health, race, date of birth, place of birth, name, or medical history of the parents. This could be very useful in caring for the child. These questions can be answered anonymously on a medical questionnaire that is available online. Please keep printouts of the questionnaire available and give one to the parent relinquishing the child. So we know that that is a directive for actually those who would be receiving the baby. Let me see how long the questions and answers are. Okay, because I don't want to overtax you guys with too much information, but I really would like to get through this if we can. Question: what happens if the parent voluntarily gives her identifying information when dropping off the baby? Answer: if a parent voluntarily provides personal identifying information, his/her anonymity will be protected unless the child was abused or neglected before delivery to the medical provider, law enforcement agency, or fire department. Question: what happens to a parent when she or he drops off the baby? If a mother brings in the baby, she should be offered medical treatment and social services. She can, of course, refuse if she wishes. Once she has safely turned over the baby, she's free to go. Give her a card with information about how to share information about the baby, what to do if she changes her mind, or if she decides later she wants to make contact with her baby. Tell her she can complete the anonymous medical questionnaire and drop it in any mailbox. Question: what happens to the baby once the baby has been dropped off? The child should be given a medical exam and treatment if needed. Then the Arkansas Department of Human Services Division of Children and Family Services, known here as DCFS, will immediately take custody and place the child in a foster or pre-adoptive home. DCFS will then initiate the process of terminating parental rights, freeing the baby for adoption. Why would a parent give up a baby? Y'all, I can't help, sidebar. I just keep thinking about Angel Nicole Overstreet while I'm reading this. I'm not going to cry. If only Shannon Patrick Overstreet had taken Angel too. I know she was too old. She was already 3 months old. Okay, sorry. Sorry, let me get a drink. It was Angel Nicole Overstreet's disappearance that inspired me to do this research. Why would a parent give up a baby? Babies have been given up for many reasons, including mother kept the pregnancy a secret, mother fears she does not have enough money or support to care for her baby. The baby was the result of rape or incest. Mother is afraid of being abused if pregnancy baby is discovered. Mother is afraid of the humiliation of having a baby out of wedlock, and more. A parent who has experienced any of these circumstances may be under severe emotional distress because she is afraid and feels she has nowhere to turn for help. She could unsafely abandon her newborn. That's why I don't want us to be judgmental about this issue. Many, many reasons a mother would give up her baby. And my heart, not my brain, but my heart leans more towards mostly probably because they love the baby and know they can't take care of it. Not because, oh, I just don't want it. I know. Sometimes a person's got to go with their heart. Can someone take another person's baby and turn the baby in as an abandoned baby? Well, now this would go to what I was saying a while ago about what I would do. When a baby is given up, the Division of Children and Family Services shall use the Missing Persons Information Clearinghouse and any other national and state resources to determine whether the child is a missing child. Okay, so that would mean if I were to do, like I was saying a while ago, right, and take a baby that isn't mine, that's been abandoned somewhere, then they would probably like check me out, because I would be honest and say, no, I'm not the baby's. I don't even know who this baby is. I found the baby. I mean, that sounds weird, but I'm just saying that what else would you say? Right? I mean, so they would run it through Missing Persons Information Clearinghouse and like NCIC, etc. Okay, question. What happens if the mother or a relative is to regain custody of the baby? And this is our last one. If the mother or a relative wishes to regain custody of the baby, they should immediately contact the local Division of Children and Family Services office in the county where the baby was dropped off. There are many more questions here, not here on this site, but there are links there, as you can see, as we have scrolled down through here. There are many that are in blue that are links. I'm sure in your state there will be the same. And right here at the bottom, you can also call 866-99-BABY-1. Of course, that's here in Arkansas. But, okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Hi, New Orleans lady. Hi, Sleuth Mom. So, y'all, I thank heavens for the program. Safe havens for babies. And y'all, there are, in one of the research pieces that I looked at over the last 5 days or so, oh boy, I don't want to tell you wrong. I believe it said that all 50 states, including District of Columbia, Guam, and Puerto Rico, territories, they all have the safe haven for dropping the baby off laws. And I think, I'm pretty sure it said 43 states have the boxes, the safe haven boxes for babies. Yeah, Fruit Loop-de-Loo. I think, yeah, much better. And I would certainly encourage, this is one of those videos, darlings, where I'm going to ask you if you would share this video to your, like your Facebook and stuff like that. Hi, Kim. Maria, I think I caught you right before I went into doing content, honey. It's good to see you. I'm always glad to have you here. But yes, the baby safe havens. Yeah, I want to run down through some of your comments here. I think they need to make the age older for the children. Justice for all. Yeah. Of course, you would only be able to put, I get why it's an infant. You wouldn't want to put an infant. I mean, now I'm just talking off the top of my head, okay? I'm trying to use granny ma common sense. If the baby can roll over on its own, if the baby can sit up or pull up on its own, I would think that an infant safe box might not be a very good idea. I don't know. That may be why there's that age on the safe haven boxes. But justice for all, I would like to see that age range. Okay, y'all probably going to think I'm nuts. Well, you already know I'm nuts, but I'm saying any minor, if you are the parent or guardian of a minor child, and please, but I wish they would. Kim is saying all counties in every state should also be able to provide resources that could also help parents. Y'all, it's such a serious issue, and it seems to be getting uh, I mean, is it? Yeah, Z is saying they can also give birth for free without questions at hospitals. There are no simple answers to complicated questions. And I know that my viewers, most of you sweethearts, actually, I think probably all of you, because of the type of viewers that I attract. Y'all, is it? I'm trying to form the question. I'm sorry. Y'all know me, when I look off in the distance like that, I'm like, how do I want to ask this? Is it just because I've become more aware because I have the internet, or are things getting worse, like at a faster rate than we may have previously experienced in our lifetimes? I mean, I know the Bible says, I'm not going to preach to you, but the Bible talks about there coming a time when there will be no natural affection. And I'm not talking now about the babies so much as just everything. I mean, the babies, because that's what we talk about mostly. Babies, things to do with babies. And for me, babies being anybody under 21 years of age. And for some of you, anybody under 50 years of age. Because when you get to be my age, everybody's a baby. And when you have my kind of psychological makeup, you treat everybody like you want to fix everything for them. You wish you could wave a magic wand that you know you don't possess. Miss Betts, I wonder about that. Where did you go, honey? I think that the pandemic had a lot to do with what's been coming out in people's. Hi, Becky Rogers. Yeah, brother will turn against brother. Oh, where the wind blows, honey, no natural affection. That's a turn of phrase. I'm paraphrasing. Okay, trigger warning for cussing. Hi, Deborah Ann. Where the wind blows, sweetheart, no natural affection is my way, my paraphrasing. And that, like our other chatter just said, brother will turn on brother. You just don't give a flying fuck about anybody. Some people don't even give a flying F about themselves. No empathy, no sympathy, no compassion, no kindness in our words and actions. no reaching out, no paying it forward. Does that make sense, honey? Where the wind blows. I do tend to use certain turns of phrase because of my religious background. Not my whole life religious background. Oh, here we go with the hair. Just in it, it makes sense. Okay, good. So, and you know, the writer tells us that it was Jesus. Well, no, actually, I'm misspeaking. It was John in the book of Revelation. Or is it justice for all? Help me. I don't want to go down. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole because I don't do religion and politics on my channel. It's not that I'm not informed or intelligent about them. It's just that that's not what the channel is about. No, I've jumped around too much. Justice for all, honey, you'd be, I think. It's when the no, it was Jesus. It's when the apostles asked Jesus, how will we know? What will be the signs of the end of time? And in the list that Jesus gave to his apostles when asked, one of the things he listed was that, in my words, not Jesus, is that people just will not care about one another anymore. And that will be the norm, not the exception to the rule. It will be the rule, not the exception to the rule. So, okay, sweeties, thank you for sticking with me for a whole hour through. And thank you for sticking with me after what happened there in the beginning. I love you guys. I really do. What is Frank doing? What is Frank doing? Frank, pace yourself with the jubilee. Oh, no, Frank. Is it a holiday across the pond? I'll be frank. Carrie Bishop does not pays my alimony. I don't drink Guinness anymore. I quit drinking like this summer of 2011. Although once in a while. Are you leaving us, Blue Eyes? Thank you for hanging out, baby. I'm glad y'all stayed. Frank is being Frank. It's the Queen's Jubilee. Oh, I saw that on a newsfeed this morning. It's the Queen's Jubilee. I knew that. Sorry, Frank. I forgot. 70 years on the throne. So, all right. I'm going to pull up virtue signaling for anybody that cares to hang out for a little bit longer. And as I said a while ago, I want to ask us, including me, all of us, and this isn't going to go on and on and on. I'm not going to draw this out. I'm bringing this up because I have been seeing a buttload of this in chat rooms on YouTube. And the other day when I saw one, read one, I got tickled and I said, virtue signaling? That's not virtue signaling. That's breaking your arm, patting yourself on the back. It's the same thing. So I just want to take a really brief, we're just going to look at this a second. I'm sorry about all the ads, but Y'all know I use lots and lots of free stuff. Let me see if I can take a few down. So, all I'm asking is that each of us in our own quiet time, in our reflective time. And if you don't take self-reflective time, why aren't you? None of my business, that I'm just saying. Okay, here's what virtue signaling is. Oh, it's not going to highlight. Oh, yeah, it is. It's just being slow. All these doggone ads. You're going to highlight. I think my computer is acting weird. Virtue signaling. An attempt to show other people that you are a good person. For example, by expressing opinions that will be acceptable to them, especially on social media. Virtue signaling is the popular modern habit of indicating that one has virtue merely by expressing disgust or favor for certain political ideas or cultural happenings. So, that's all I have to say about virtue signaling. I can remember my mother saying to me, now I can't remember what issued forth out of my mouth, but on a number of occasions, I can remember my mom saying to me, be careful, little girl, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back. So, I'm just saying, let's just self-reflect at some time. I'm going to do it too. And I'm going to try to practice. I'm not going to try to practice. I am going to practice at least for one entire live chat, whether I'm a moderator or not, to do absolutely zero virtue signaling. That's what I'm going to try. And who knows, if I make it through one live chat without virtue signaling, who's to say, like working out, the more you do it, practice makes perfect, right? So, okay. Next topic. Last topic. Hi, checking convictions, honey. I didn't see you in here earlier. Shay, honey, I know your internet gives you fits, baby. And mine starts, after I'm on here for about an hour, mine starts getting fussy. Final topic of today's discussion. Name calling. Something we have heard a great deal of out of Jody Sue Brown. Now, we've heard a lot of name calling out of Jody Sue Brown. Oh, well, I never heard it out of her until probably winter. But that's because I hadn't seen any of her Facebook until Squall Tit and the other channels that are bringing those to us started bringing them to us. But now here recently, everybody has a name. Shay is let's see. Shay, honey, I know you heard about this because you remarked on it the other day, but I was actually watching Jody Sue Brown live. I don't know why I do this. Oh, because she does. And I've been practicing my body language from her for my dramedy series, a YouTuber watching a YouTuber watching a YouTuber, aka JS Bionic. But Shay is a podunk ass bitch. Okay. Cuss warning, cuss, 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 cuss. I'm not going to say the word, but y'all will hear it in your head and you can't unring a bell. Michelle After Dark is the C word. Jenny from Gabble Geeks is the C word. Lots of people are motherfuckers. There are a number of sons of bitches. Y'all see where I'm coming from, right? So I wanted to look at this. What is his name calling? Now, have I ever called anybody a name? Fucking A! When I called someone a name, did the following apply? Sure did. Sure did. Do I want to rise above that? Sure do. How do we learn and rise above? We research. Then, what do? We apply. So, let's just do a real quick. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read this, just the name calling part. This site is called Out of the Fog. Okay? Out of the Fog. All lowercase, all one word. Out of the Fog. Name calling. And now I've noticed Jody Sue doesn't really come after me. She's mentioned my name a couple of times. I'm not sure what to make of that. I would be virtue signaling if I said what I was about to say. I just caught myself on a virtue signal. So, instead of calling Jody Sue names back, instead of tit for tat, not tit for tat, I'm going to educate her just in case she sees this. Okay? Name calling. Use of profane, derogatory, or dehumanizing terminology to describe another individual or group. Labels designed to hurt. Name calling is one of the most common tactics, Jody Sue. And we all know that you do not like to be thought of as common. I mean, you don't even say the kids and me. You say I and the children. So, Jody Sue, you are being very common when you name call people. And I know, like the Queen's Jubilee today, with my friend I'll Be Frank across the pond, Common is not common for you. You're above everybody else as the mayor of Beach Creek. Gavel. Therefore, don't be common, Jody Sue. Let's go on. All right. And one of the most common tactics people use to hurt others or disparage them. It often occurs when someone has an emotional argument to make with little or no supporting logical argument. Hence, we would interject words such as the following, not name calling, not the name calling ones. Okay? This is the no supporting, this is the filler for the no supporting argument. Okay? So anyway, hang on. Fake feds. Whatever. 3 tiers. They. No. Holy shit. And I don't really give a fuck. So, let's go on with our text for today's class. The emotional mind can often have a mind of its own, or emotional intelligence, which operates independently of the logical mind. And name calling is a product of this emotional mind, an explosion of feeling in the form of barbed words. Most people who indulge in name calling, oh wait, okay, this could be important. Listen up, Jody Sue Brown. Listen up. This could really be important. Most people who indulge in name calling know that the label or name they choose to describe another individual is not factually accurate. The label is often regarded as what? A word I often use associated with the name Jody Sue Brown. Hyperbole, or as a metaphor. So, if you call me a bitch, do you mean that I gripe a lot, or do you mean I'm a female dog? Either way, I'm good with it. I don't care. Here's why. I don't care. All right. Last paragraph. Let's finish up now. This is very important. This is serious. Something which more accurately describes how the speaker feels about the other person than what the speaker actually thinks about the other person. Okay? So if Jody Sue calls me, or she calls Shay a podunk ass bitch, I'm sorry. That's how she feels about Shay. It's not what she thinks about Shay. If she calls Michelle after dark, it's how she feels about her, not what she thinks. So when I call Jody Sue a holler bunny, is that how I feel about her, or is that what I think about her? Y'all be the judge, because I'm choosing not to do any virtue signaling right now. Hand signals. Hand signals. There's another Cold Cases with Colette is another. I love her channel. And I think, like me, that she's ambidextrous. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that almost anything I do with my hands is like level, or, they're doing, although I can't throw a ball very well with my left hand, and the writing with my left hand is kind of funky. But the cool thing about being an ambidextrous person is what that means about what's going on in here. So I agree with Marcy. Instead of calling Jody Sue Brown names, now I'm going to keep up my dramedy series. I've done what now? 2 of a YouTuber watching a YouTuber as Jody Sue Bionic. And I have had a very, very positive audience response. So when inspired, we're going to keep, that's, but I want to agree with Marcy right now. Other than that, I'm going to do my best to do no name calling. Now, does that mean that I like Jody Sue Brown? No, she makes me puke in my mouth. I think she's vile and disgusting. By the way, those are adjectives, not name calling. And there's a difference in being judgmental and calling names. And I never deny being judgmental. I'm one of the most judgmental human beings you will ever run into. I just usually keep it to myself. So, but for right now, yeah, I would wish her the very best. The thing, here's a short aside, and it really tripped my trigger, not trigger as in, ooh, I'm triggered, but just thought processes. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday on her live, on Jody Sue Brown's live. I'm not sure of the order it went in, but within like a 30-second period, she told her audience, I am not a believer. And then 2 times after that, said, but I pray to God this, God help us that. And I realized, because I had never personally out and out heard her say, I am not a believer. But yesterday, she said that straight out. So we know, unless she's lying, and why would you about something like that? We know now, or at least I do, because I heard it out of her own mouth, Jody Sue Brown does not believe in God. I have no judgment on that. That's an individual. That's okay. I've had my spells, believe me. So I guess it's just a manner of speech for her to say, I pray to God. God help us. Well, you know what that's called? That's called taking the Lord's name in vain. That's what that's called. So there's that to think about. So, no, I will not pay your taxes. How can you be chatting if you're asleep, Frank? Frank, how many pints have you had? Where the wind blows, for the love of God. For the love of God. I like that one, actually. Well, God bless her. That's right. She doesn't believe in God. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I busted you out, didn't I, Frankie? Little Frankie. Frankie boy. I'll be frank, if you ever come to the United States of America and you don't come to Arkansas and see me in real life in person, I will haunt you for all of eternity. Yeah, tea with Grandma Sherry. That's the one. See, that's what, bless your heart. Bless her little heart. Now, there are those, if you're not in the South or you're not exposed to Southern culture, there are a lot of people who think that when one such as myself says, oh, bless her little heart, that we're asking the Lord to bless that person. No, 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 no. Bless your little heart is like, I might as well just stand up and bitch slap you. Bless your little heart is an insult, at least in the Arkansas Ozarks. Yeah, it's not good in the South. Bless their heart is not good in the South. So, a button on your grandma's underwear. I'm trying to highlight somebody else. Bless her wicked shade. Look, before I studied on name calling and how it makes me less of a person, I honestly thought about, no kidding, I was toying with this idea. I was going to find footage of, is it Charlize Theron that plays the wicked, oh hell. What am I trying to say? The movies where mirror, mirror on the wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Is this a Sleeping Beauty? No. Snow White. Snow White. Right? Yeah, the Huntsman. Yes, Tracy. That's it. I've actually thought about, I'm not going to do it, but y'all can picture it. I wanted to find scenes from the Huntsman of the wickedy witch, but I was going to play audio of Jodie Sue Brown. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry to her. I'm sorry to y'all. I won't do it. But I thought about it. I'm just saying. Okay. What do y'all want to bitch at me about before I go? We're at an hour and 30 minutes. I don't want to use up all my StreamYard. We can have a chat. We can have a laid back chat. If I feel as good tomorrow as I do today, I'll come on just straight on YouTube, if you know. And if I'll Be Frank is over his hangover, he's welcome to join us if he behaves himself. Hi, Mama, too. Hi, Plant Diva. Hi, Stitchin' Bitchin' and True Crime. Who's the fairest of them all? I don't know how to take Shay's comment down. How do I take one down? I put another one up and then I take it down. So do you guys need to reprimand me for anything? Get on to me? Are you mad at me? What's going on my front lawn? Safe for tents? Frank, if you were watch any of my garden strolls, I'll be frank, you would know I don't have a front lawn. I have a butterfly and hummingbird garden in my front. because my front lawn is very much like in an English country garden. How many do you think will grow in an English country garden? But my side yard and my backyard are really, really huge. And I have no gnomes. No known gnomes, Frank. Unless you show up with a pint of Guinness and share it with me. Jenica, you love the frog garden. Honey, you know what? I've got to get out there and pull. Y'all know it's right under the magnolia tree. And magnolias are evergreens, but they constantly shed. And the frog garden is around the base of the magnolia tree. And you can hardly see the ivy and the frog habitat around the broken wheelbarrow for all the dead magnolia leaves in there. So, Kathy, honey, if they do, the mods know how to handle it, or we just ignore them. Okay. So nobody, you guys are not going to gripe at me. Shorty Small, my adopted oldest sister, called and she wanted to know if my other sister could have my address so she could write me. No, I mean, not me, Shorty Small. Okay. Guinness makes you bloat, I'll be frank. My beer of choice was St. Pauli Girl Dark. You're so happy you can't spell Marcy. You told her not now, Shorty. Well, honey. Hi, TT. Well, if nobody's going to bitch at me about anything, I just love you too, Checking Convictions. I try to give y'all a chance at the end of a live to go, you know, wish you wouldn't do that, wish you would do that, wish you'd do less of that or more of that, or wish you'd shut the F up. Of course, you know this, telling me to shut the F up. You might as well not even waste your fingertip time because that ain't going to happen. You know, when I was in school, like 100 million years ago, and the name on my report card, it was Methuselah. You got what was called citizenship marks. You not only got marked on academics, you got marked on penmanship, and you got marked on your freaking attitude. And I always got very satisfactory on every mark except one. And that one I consistently got needs improvement. You'll never guess which one it was. She talks too much. Hey, we Scottish Ma. Okay, well, we need a song and a goodbye then. Get off of here, get on with our days. See if we can avoid virtue signaling and name calling. And if we do either one of those, that we catch ourselves and realize what we're doing. That is, of course, unless I'm doing a YouTuber watching a YouTuber watching a YouTuber, because that's farce and satire. And I can do that in there because it's comedy. Just saying. Okay. All right. I had a song in mind. Oh, I have to start out in a low key because it takes up all of my range. And then we'll have our traditional goodbye and go on with our days. Okay. Gonna take a sentimental journey. I'm gonna set my mind at ease. I'm gonna take a sentimental journey to renew old memories. Boom, 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 boom. I got my bag. I got my reservation. Boom, 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 boom. I spent each dime I could afford. Boom, 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 boom. Like a child in wild anticipation, I long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time we're leaving. 7, and I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile, a railroad track that takes me back. Boom, 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 boom. I never knew my heart could be so yearning. Oh, why did I decide to roam? I'm gonna make a sentimental journey. One sentimental journey home. I would tell you to behave yourselves, but why would I waste my breath in your time? We all know you're not going to do it. So have fun, but be safe. And don't you ever forget for one moment that I love every single one of you, no matter what. And I will see you on the flip-flop, whether you like it or not. That is, if you choose to tune in. I love you. End broadcast. End broadcast.